Greetings and salutations. Hey, happy holidays, because today we're talking about a Christmas movie. That is what I would say if, I don't know. Yeah, the kittens are talking there. Yeah. But, that's not the point. I'm sorry. What I was gonna say was, so usually when I do these videos, I usually have this out. But one thing I'm gonna try to do is, for the details, like I can't remember, like, say, the film had made this much money, and and all that. So one thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to not use this as much. So one thing I'm actually going to say is, Tyler Perry, A Madea Christmas. This is from the year 2013, and some of the basics. Directed by Tyler Perry, written by Tyler Perry, and produced by Tyler Perry. What was the budget for the film? $25 million, and a box office of $53.4 million. I'm gonna give you the plot, and I'm gonna do it without looking, because when I learn, I'm gonna do better, because you guys deserve better. So the plot of A Madea Christmas. Maydea and one of her friends, basically she's working at a department store, and she and Maydea go to her daughter's house for Christmas, because she wants to surprise her. But along the way, basically the daughter has to end up revealing secrets that she's not one to tell, that she hasn't told her mother yet. And some wacky things ensue along with Maydea, and a little bit of life lessons. Like, one of the life lessons is punching your childhood bully in the face. And if you have a childhood bully, you should tell a teacher, and they can crucify her to a crucifix. So some of the things I'm gonna talk about is, one of the things that really just was, like, when it comes to Tyler Perry films, like, a lot of people have said, like, I've heard, like, people say, like, this guy usually gets $1 million for some of these films. But, like, later films, wherever it's, like, say, A Fall of Grace, you can just see, like, wow, this movie looks cheap. Because remember, some of the films he makes them really quickly. I'm not sure how long this took to make this movie. But one of the issues I kept on thinking, like, okay, so the transitions, like, it has a Christmas wipe, because it's a Christmas movie. And it just has, like, a Christmas wipe. And, like, one of the things I usually talked about in the last video, was kept on, like, actually, it was in Madea's Big Happy Family. I thought this one had a great animated sequence. And then in Maydea Witness Protection, it had Comic Sans as a title sequence. And then in this one, so quick title card of A Madea Christmas with Christmas wreaths. But I'm getting off topic. What I was gonna say was, one of the things that, like, has been Tyler Perry has been, like, criticized for, at least, making his films look so cheap, even though it costs a lot of money to make. Well, I never noticed this. I mean, he's got his own compound. It's bigger than Disney and bigger than, heck, even most studios. But I don't know if that was back in 2013. However, there's a set that is a school, the mayor's office, and all in one. You can just tell this isn't any of those buildings. This is a house. This is a house they dress up to look like a classroom, because they did some, like, stage set decorations, whether it was desks or, heck, even in the mayor's office sequence, it had a bunch of things. Like a desk. There was not a furnace. It was a chimney. Oh, and but I almost forgot to say, I forgot to do this because, I was just really wanting to talk about this film. But I forgot to give the cast. So, Tyler Perry as Maydea. Joe and Brian did not appear in this film, which is actually kind of nice. Anna Marie Hosford as Lane Murphy. Tika Sumpter as Lacey Williams. Larry the Cable Guy. Oh god, I kind of miss him. As Buddy Williams. Kathy Najim as Kim Williams. Eric Lively as Connor Williams. Chad Michael Murray as Tanner McCoy. And Junior Lemon as Oliver. Junior Lemon. Oh, okay. I'm kind of glad I actually had that. Alicia Witt as Amber McCoy, Lisa Witchell as Nancy Porter, and Noah Ure as Bailey McCoy. And the guy, the one YouTuber said like hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your children, all that. Yeah, that person makes a cameo. They tried to get swoop in and say like, don't forget to say your catchphrase, and then say Merry Christmas and all that because Christmas movie. I forgot some little details. Maydea, I forgot to say Maydea has a job at a department store, which she gets fired because Maydea she kind of has no chill. She just goes like, she has no time for your foolishness, especially at Christmas. Like, I bet she'd be like, if she was working at a department store during Christmas, then, Black Friday, and, she was a mall security person, she would just be tasing people and say, like, you're out of line. You're out of line. Here's some things I kind of want to say, because I really need to get this out. Okay. One thing that did not make sense to me was there's a bit of subplots where Chad Michael Murray's, or his character Tanner, and also, who was it? Oh yeah, Eric Lively as Connor, they have like a bully kind of relationship, and they both are farmers, and basically they both do farm, and then Connor wants to make this new kind of thing that helps grow corn quicker. But Tanner, he's a big say like, you can't grow corn, I grow corn. If you grow corn, we're gonna have a problem. Okay, yeah, that's sort of what happens. And at the same time, I'm just saying like, I don't know if you noticed, Tyler Perry, but you kind of can't grow vegetables in the middle of winter. In a way, because, mostly because the ground is a bit frozen. Especially when it comes to places like, say, Alabama. I mean, it's not clearly in the mountains. Like, if you're talking about West Virginia has mountains, so when it gets cold in the winter, sometimes it's, the ground gets a bit cold, so you're just trying to feel like, you can't grow that. It's kind of hard to, mostly just because, mostly because the nutrients, sunlight, and all that. You could try to, but the best way to do that, if you're going to have a garden in winter, is to have a greenhouse. But I don't not know. I'm not a farmer. I don't know much about agriculture, but at the same time, I don't, in all honesty, I'm pretty sure you need for the ground to be a bit warm so that your seeds do not freeze. Mostly just because, like, say, those things will kind of get frozen. And another thing I didn't really understand was the dam. So the local and so the town's going into disrepair because of a dam. And trying to think, Lacey, who's a teacher, she basically calls her ex-boyfriend from her childhood. They say, "Hey, the town's in trouble. We could use some help," and they say, "Sure. There's a town that need help, and it's right where you are. You might need some." And so they try to do that, and so to help them celebrate their Christmas jubilee, and the town's going through some issues, and but there's one thing that didn't. I'm trying to think though, but I mean, it just really doesn't make sense, to be honest. Like, say, heck, Bob forgot to mention one thing too, but was of the character of Elaine. Uh, I mean, I could be wrong, but her character, as the mother, Elaine Murphy, she's kind of racist. She doesn't know about the relationship she has, that Lacey has with Connor. But at the same time, you're just trying to think, like, say, this woman is berating him, unwilling to learn his name, not wanting to, in a way, disrespecting his parents, cutting down a Christmas tree. A memorial tree that was Connor's mother's tree, Connor's grandfather's tree. And yeah, like one of the big reveals of the big dramatic moment is when it's revealed that, because there's a bit of a plot, like how, like, say, Elaine can't deal with drama. She'll just go, like, say, oh, and she goes cuckoo, and it's revealed that she can't deal with drama because she has a weak heart and all that. But so that's the reason why that's why Lacey didn't tell her mother. They say, "Hey, Connor's my husband, and I'm married." Heck, at one point, Elaine tries to bring along her daughter's ex-boyfriend to say, "Hey, like, look, I brought your ex-boyfriend. Hey." I mean, I don't know why I'm just attacking this movie. I really don't want to. But there's, like, moments, like, say, some characters are unlikable, but at the same time, Elaine kind of redeems herself by saving, Tanner, and then Tanner, kind of redeems himself by, just saying, "Hey, I'm sorry for all I did to, your wife, getting her fired and all that." But one thing I would give the saving grace is Tyler. You finally listened. You got rid of the moments where, like, there would have been, like, say, Lacey just, like, looking back and feel like, say, "Wow, Mom," like, and, like, some of the Madea movies, there's a moments where characters are arguing with, music in the background and all that, where that's always used happens. But for once, that didn't happen, which is kind of relieving. And it feels like, say, he kind of learned. But sometimes the editing is a bit jarring, because you're just saying, like, what just happened? Like, say, first we're at the, well, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's just a bit confusing the way it's presented. Like, say, there's a sequence where Maydea and Elaine are talking about Elaine's daughter, Lacey. And then suddenly, Lacey is in a different, we're cut to a different sequence. Like, say, suddenly, oh wait, is this happening concurrently? And then suddenly, we're back to Maydea. I mean, it's kind of jarring, but it was strange. But And I gotta kind of can say it's kind of funny. Larry the Cable Guy was kind of charming in the film. He really was. He wasn't annoying. I mean, it really was. He was kind of funny and kind of charming. Um, so the drama aspect that are usually in, I mean, besides Lacey getting fired, heck, and Connor getting bullied, and also, I, I still gotta say the funniest moment is when, uh, Bailey, who is Tanner's son, he, when, when his bully, it's never really said what the girl's name was, but she steals Medea's purse, and then Madea gets mad and says, where's my purse at? And then Medea's telling a story about baby Jesus, and then suddenly we come back to to a sequence later, and then suddenly we go back like, what is going on here? What's going on here? And the sequence is like, eventually said like, I was telling about the baby Jesus, and then this is what happens when you the punishment, and then they just leave the little girl tied up to the cross. But at the same time, why is a cross in a classroom with Christmas lights? It's just strange. But I mean, if you like this film, that's fine. I think it was kind of just strange, but at the same time, was mostly just. It was funny at times, I'll give it that. But at the same time, it was just like kind of the editing. Say when you see sequences of the settings, it's kind of strange with the school, with it just taking place in a house. When, Tyler Perry has the budget, he could do better than that. But, I mean, but what do I know? This is my opinion. We all have our opinions. But what do you think? Do you like this one? Do you like Madea's Christmas? Do you not like it? Do you think it's kind of good? Do you think it's kind of bad? And keep in mind, usually I look at this thing. I didn't really look at it that much. The only time I did was when I was looking at the cast. So I guess I'm doing better. But, I don't want to toot my own horn. But I'll check it later. See ya. Thank you for watching this video. And if you'd like to see more videos, check out the channel, subscribe, and see you later. Bye-bye.